what's going on, everybody? It's Yo from FT86 Speed Factory. We've hardly got any break-in miles on our new Toyota 86, and I think it's time we change that. We've already gone over the differences in the new 86, and you can check out that overview video in the link above. But now, it's time to answer that burning question: is it really different to drive? First up, let's talk about that power increase. Five horsepower, 5 foot-pound of torque, 0 to 60 in over 6 seconds, through the quarter mile in about 14 and a half. All numbers that you guys aren't really surprised about. Basically the same thing that you're getting in the previous generation FRS and BRZ. No surprise there. 5 horsepower, 5 foot-pound torque, not really gonna make a big of a difference. Again, more power is more power. The biggest thing is gonna be that new rear end gear at 4.3 compared to 4.1. It's gonna give you a little bit better acceleration, but it's really gonna make the biggest change in the twisties, in the autocross, on the track, when you are in the sweet spot a little bit quicker and a little bit better. Really revving out this car, which is what Toyota wanted you to do. 205 horsepower, ring it out all day. That's what we want to do. The new final drive in this car, it definitely makes a difference. You are in that sweet spot a little better, a little more, so you aren't fighting that torque dip all the time. I mean, especially when you're driving like this though. Kind of in the high RPMs, anything above 4,000 RPMs, this car feels like it wants to go. You put your foot down, you get some linear action from the engine, and you start to go. That's good. That's really good, because that's what you want to feel. That communication between your foot, the accelerator, the steering wheel, and the wheels gives you all of that as a driver's car. In the driver's seat of the new 86, things feel pretty familiar. I mean, we're looking at basically the same cabin. We've updated some features. The steering wheel is the biggest story inside. Smaller in diameter, about 3 mil. Feels smaller in your hands, and the quality of the material is there. The smaller diameter also makes it feel like you kind of have a quick ratio rack. It's communicative. That's the biggest thing with this car. The communication in the wheel really attributes to the fact that this car is a driver's car. We've known that from the previous generation, and we know that now that they're keeping the same theme, because this car speaks to the enthusiast driver. With the communication from the wheel, you're getting that quick feedback, that quicker steering ratio. It feels like it does what you want it to do. The car has less body roll, really quick turn in, and it feels fantastic. And that's what you really want in a driver's car. We've been modifying these cars for 4 years now, and that's one of the biggest complaints, is the older perforated leather steering wheel that was on these cars from the factory. I mean, we've got aftermarket wheels, we've got OEM fit wheels, and they all change what we really wanted. The feel of it, the diameter, the thickness, and then, of course, the way it looks, which is fantastic. They changed out the 86 steering wheel cover in place of the Scion badge. This is stuff that we wanted from Japan. Things cost about $800 from Japan because you have to buy the airbag itself, because you can't just get the cover. You know, it was either that or buy an inexpensive sticker, slap it on over the Scion label, and it got the job done, but It was a little tacky. Still, that is so fantastic. Really makes the car that much better. Just feels better, and it's all part of the refresh. All those changes in the interior with the steering wheel that make things better to drive. Toyota also refreshed the suspension on this car. Softer rear springs, new damping to match those spring rates, and larger anti-roll bars have made the changes for the 2017 model. You know, this translates to better balance. If you've been one of our customers before and you've spec'd track suspension with us, you'll know that either myself or Jeremy have told you to get a front bias suspension. A little bit higher spring rate up front, lower in the rear, really helps the balance of this car. Gives you a little bit more stability up front, a little more confidence on turn in, just a touch more understeer for that stability, but then the rear end is still nice and balanced, so you can ease it out. You can control it when the car gets a little loose, when you want that rotation. Toyota's done that right out of the package, straight from the factory. That's pretty cool that they did that. You know what's amazing is that they still give you that feel and that sportiness out of the same Michelin tires that are on the Prius. The same tires are on this car that they came from the factory with back in 2012, 2013. You know we're gonna dump those. We're gonna get rid of those. The level of grip is gonna get higher. We're gonna put sticky RS3s or the new Bridgestone RE71Rs on this car and just up those limits for you. Thing's gonna turn in even sharper. The rear end's gonna have even more grip. And those changes are just gonna make this car even that much better. You know, it's probably been about 3 to 4 years since I've driven a factory OEM completely stock FRS or BRZ. And harking back on those memories, this car, it is better. It is different and it is better. They've really changed some of the quirks that we've had in the older cars. The cheaper feel, the noises, they didn't really do the lack of power, but they gave us a little bit. They made the car feel a little more urgent with the 4.3 final drive, and that's an improvement. It makes the car feel better. It makes the car feel sporty. It makes the car feel like it's a part of you. The communication with the steering wheel, we've always known this to be a driver's car, and that has not changed. That is the biggest thing with this car. Better balance, still great communication. The interior feels a little bit nicer. And I'll take those changes for 2017. That's freaking fantastic. I think Toyota's still doing a fantastic job with this car, and Subaru. And I really hope that everyone continues to buy them, because we're the enthusiasts. We need these cars, and we really hope for a brand new platform based off of the 8.6. We want to see another generation, and I think we can all agree on that. I always say there's 3 things that make a great driver's car: balance, communication, and power. Toyota's improved on all 3 of those. Not by much, but just enough to heighten the driving experience just that much more. But we're never satisfied, so like and subscribe to follow us as we build this car to its true capabilities.